Welcome to Conversations with Malik podcast show, coming to you from New York. I'm glad to have you and thank you all who are listening or watching this show. This podcast is about the stories of transformation of regular people during the basic struggle and pain of life. Everyone has a testimony. We all have survived the darkness. Now let's talk about how we got to the light so we can help our brothers and sisters who still haven't overcome their demons. But guess what? We all have devils on different levels. So through conversations, we use the tools of insight to light the path of hope. Let's have a chat and stop running from our issues. If we live through it, then talking about it probably won't kill us. That's what we're doing. Talking, crying, looking inward so we can grow outward is the theme of the show. The caterpillar transforming into the butterfly is the goal and purpose of this podcast. When you talk about you, I learn about me. Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, so we can cut through the fog of despair into the hope of today. Welcome to Conversations with Malik. Before we start today's show, please, guys, don't forget to follow us at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com, and there you're going to find all our social media links. We need you to like us, subscribe to us, okay? Listen, and follow us and share us and tell other people about us and what we're doing. You got to go on the website. Good morning, Mel. Click on the episodes tab. And under the episodes tab, you're going to see all of the shows that we got. Everywhere I go, happy Father's Day, Jimmy. Happy Father's Day, my brother, Rochdale, baby. I'm going places and people like Malik, I don't see you on Facebook as much. I want to follow the show. And I'm telling people that's why I list convoswithmalik.com. We use the internet, people. You go to the website and all of the shows are on the website. Okay? And listen, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. Bill, what's up, cuz? How you doing, baby? All of the fathers. Happy Father's Day. I wanted to come on to you guys who didn't raise your children. You don't get a Happy Father's Day. You don't get a God bless you. Good morning, Desiree. You don't get it. How you doing? How's the family? You don't get one because you ran. You're a chump, and you ran from the ultimate responsibility, and that was taking care of your kids. And it's funny because I was sitting here in the office and I was doing some studying. I was doing some reading. Good morning, Renee. And I just wanted to play something because everybody wasn't as fortunate to grow up with their fathers. I wanted to play something from Malcolm X. I was doing some reading on Malcolm X. And this was very powerful. Listen to this.
You were born in Omaha, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And your family left Omaha when you were about 1 year old.
I imagine about a year old.
But why did they leave?
Well, to my understanding, the Ku Klux Klan burned down one of their homes in Omaha. There's a lot of Ku Klux.
This made your family feel very unhappy, I'm sure.
Well, insecure, if not unhappy.
So you must have a somewhat prejudiced point of view, a personally prejudiced point of view. In other words, you cannot look at this in a broad academic sort of way, really.
I think it's incorrect because despite the fact that happened in Omaha, and then when we moved to Lansing, Michigan, our home was burned down again. In fact, my father was killed by the Ku Klux Klan. And despite all of that, no one was more thoroughly integrated with whites than I. No one has lived more so in the society of whites than I. And it was only until I became a Muslim that I ceased living in the society.
You say you were thoroughly integrated with the whites. Do you have white people in your family background?
Definitely. Most Negroes in this country have whites in their family background.
How are you going to differentiate between the white blood that's in you and the Negro blood that's in you? And you don't mind my using
No.
Well, you use this yourself.
I use it interchangeably.
I know you do. Why do you do that?
Well, I use it if it fits the purpose to use it, but I use it against my will.
But
I use it against my...
You used it voluntarily in describing an incident in Los Angeles.
Still, I use it against my will.
Yes, the teachings were clearly inculcated.
No, but when I say to you that the cops in Los Angeles shot down 7 unarmed Negroes, every Negro in the audience knows what I'm talking about. But when I say that they shot 7 Muslims, then a lot of the Negroes don't realize that
you said 7 colored people, because you say you used the term colored people. You said...
I don't think I used the word colored on this program.
Yes, you did.
It's not colored.
So black people, that's not
black. Well, we can use black, and that fits everything. But certainly black.
Now let me get back to another point that you made. You said that you go back home. Now, what do you mean by back home?
I've only heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say, back among our own people. From
He
whence
said
we
back home. You don't mind my saying.
right, back home. But by that,
You mean back into the roots of Islam, or do you mean back to Africa?
back home. And by back home, he means back into our original civilization. And if you study history, the Islamic culture existed in West Africa.
But your family didn't come from Islamic background originally, did it? You came from the proud tribes of Africa. Which is
I think you'll find, sir, that one of the Islamic culture
there's a country there is
existed widely in Africa, Central Africa, West Africa.
I agree. I've met many people in there. Mr. O'Connor.
With regard to that tragedy out there in Los Angeles, I myself refer to it when it happened as the tragic police action, so I am not totally biased.
Thank you, sir.
Coming from...
I just wanted to play a bit of Malcolm X. I don't know why I was just led to play a bit of Malcolm X. I got some other things I want to play. But I've been getting comments from brothers this week, and I want to read a couple of things because it takes a real man to be a father. It takes a real man to be there for his kids. Malcolm even said that anybody can make children. Okay? You know, anybody can make a child. Hey, Monica, how you doing? Hey, Alexis, love you, baby. Anybody can make a child, but a real man raises his child. And there are men who, my father died when I was 11, 12 years old. I still became a good father. So it's no excuse if your father wasn't there that you haven't become a good father. And we have all types of challenges in the community. We got a show with the Furtado brothers featuring Lawrence Barkley, a good friend of mine. El, what's up, big brother? Happy Father's Day, man. We have a great show that's going to be launching next week with the Furtado brothers featuring Lawrence Barkley, a good friend of mine who he played a part in raising his children from prison. There's no excuse. He was a good dad from prison. We got guys who've been through divorces, who mothers have taken, being bitter, have taken their children from the man who has still been there. I have a personal friend that the mother moved to Connecticut with his 2 children. And you want to know what he did? He's from New York. He moved to Connecticut and he commutes to work for the MTA every day. Why? Because he wanted to be there in his children's lives. That's a real man. I want to personally shout out, and from conversations with Malik, I want to shout out the brothers. I remember my father, Claude Turnage, my father told me something. He said, Malik, I guess because I was an entrepreneur by nature, I had a paper route in Rochdale. I used to deliver papers. Right, and I made good money delivering papers. That's back when papers was popular. And he saw that I was becoming real obsessive in delivering the papers. And so I guess he saw that I had an entrepreneurial spirit. So my father said to me, he said, son, when you grow up, I don't care how successful you become. A man is not a man unless he spends time with his family. Not just provide, spends time with his family. That was powerful. It was really powerful because I used to do things like I always had an entrepreneurial spirit. So when they came out with the new watermelon annihilators over in the small mall in Rochdale, I knew all the other kids was gonna want it. So I took my paper money and I bought all of the watermelon annihilators. So I was the only one in PSC with watermelon annihilators. And I was pumping annihilators in 80 Park during lunchtime. Everybody was pissed. I would go every morning and be up at the store before they got up. And if they had something new, I would buy them all from the man and I would sell them for 3 times the price. Yeah, so if they was a quarter, you had to pay me 75 cents. So there's some, listen, so there's some really good brothers. And this one brother who who he inboxed me earlier in the week, and this brother, he became a father to somebody else's children that aren't necessarily biologically his, but it's through a relationship. And I hope you're listening, bro. And it's through a relationship that he was in. And not only has he been in the child life, but he's been in that child also had a child. He's been in that child's life. And this is from Anonymous. When a man raises another man's child, it's very challenging if the man has children of his own. How will the acceptance be among the two households? Raising the other child and having the best interest for the child, providing food, clothes, shelter, guidance, and protecting the relationship, the bond, the love the man has for the other child is unimaginable. It's the same as he has for his own biological children. It has a downside when raising another child. Your first family will lose time from his first family because of the time he spent with the second family. Simple, I'll explain, he says. Let's also be considerate towards the biological father, not knowing his reasons, issues, shortcomings, or his travels. Okay, it's a blessing for all, for the mother of having a man to be responsible towards her and her child, and it's a blessing for him as well. It brings substance, stability, assurance to the mother that a man will provide, protect, guide the child through life paths, and that child won't fear life's challenges. Listen, I myself, in my life, I have older sisters and brothers who aren't necessarily my sisters and brothers by blood, but they are by spirit. Because my father had another marriage before. No, the woman had children before she got with my father. But if you speak to them, they will tell you that my father was their father, that he never treated them any different, that they didn't feel any different. I didn't find out until I got older that Catherine and Helen weren't necessarily my sisters by blood, that they were children that my father took on. I didn't know that. Why? Because I couldn't tell the difference because of how he treated them. I couldn't tell the difference. But see, what's funny is a man that raises another man's child, or any man that raises children that not of his own, is going to be blessed for eternity. Let me tell you, the sacrifice of fathers, and listen, man, I get it. We feel unappreciated. I get it. My daughter was saying that she was in Walgreens yesterday, and all the Father's Day cards. Mark, what's up, baby? Thank you, man. All the Father's Day card section, it looked nice and neat. You ever go in Mother's Day, right? And you go in and you go to get a Mother's Day card, and it's all messed up. You know, you try to find, because there's not really many left. It's hard to find a Mother's Day card on Mother's Day. It's tough. And if anybody has anything to say, you can inbox me in Messenger. I'll send you any of the fathers or any sisters out there that want to say Happy Father's Day to the fathers. Just hit me up. Or if you got my number and you already got my number, give me a call. I'll put you on right now, man. Let's say something. If you got my number, call me and you want to come on the Father's Day show. If you don't have my number, hit me in Messenger and I'll text you back my number, and then you could come on and say a couple of things. And I know, look, man, and I know as far, Father's Day, we feel a little unappreciated. We do. And let me tell you the difference. Mario, what's up, my brother? How you doing, baby? It's my brother right there. I know we feel unappreciated, but let me clear something up for the fellas. And I want to be honest with you. I don't need the attention that the sisters get. The reason why Mother's Day is bigger than Father's Day is because they need the attention a little more. That's it. It's okay. It's no big deal. The difference between in the right situation, the difference between motherhood and fatherhood, mothers have more responsibility. True fathers have more pressure. That's the difference. That ends the debate and the argument. That's it. Mothers have more responsibility. Fathers have more pressure. That's all. Because if you're a true father and you're the leader of your family, and I know some of my sisters, you might be thinking, oh, Malik, what are you talking about? Leader, this and that, we both equal. I'm just saying that the man should be the leader of the family. I'm not saying he should be the boss of the wife. I didn't say that. I just say he should be the leader of his family, the provider, the protector, the one that puts his life on the line. That's all I'm saying. That's all. If the father's doing it right, the mother, and let me tell you something to the fathers. Leadership, being the leader of the family, leadership is earned. It's earned and it's given by the people that you're leading. Being the leader of children give you respect, and wife gives you respect based on how you earn it. It's a spiritual, and your success and your spiritual growth and your financial success is going to be tied into how you treat your kids if you're there for your kids. There's power in being a dad. There's power in being a father. I find out who I am through raising my children. I find out my flaws, my ups and my downs. I get to look at my kids and see who and what I am because my kids are reflections of me. And I know it's not easy when you're looking yourself in the mirror. You ever watch your children do something and be like, yo, wow. So Desiree said, I think we as mothers should build and praise our fathers in the world. We need you guys. God allow us to come from you great men. Yo, peace for that, Desiree. And then, and everybody has their view, how they see it. Anybody else? Come on, talk to me. If you got my number, hit me up. If you don't, inbox me in Messenger. And I'll let you come on. I'll put you on so people can hear you. But, and I love my brothers. But I know a lot of guys that ain't there for their kids. A lot of guys. You're not there for your kids, man, and you got a lot of excuses. And it's tough. I get it, man. It's rough. It's not easy. But let me tell you something. I would not be the man that I am today if it wasn't for my children. I changed my life because of my kids. I was in the streets. I was running the streets. And you want to know what changed me? My children changed me. I didn't want my children to grow up without a father. I didn't want my kids to not have a dad because I knew what that was like, my father passing away. I didn't want my children on Father's Day coming to Malik's tombstone because I felt I had to represent something that was totally false in the streets. I didn't want that, so I had to change. And my children have made me a better person. Yeah, Bill, you know it. My children have made me a better person. So Julia says, although I have gone through the mill with my son's dad, I'm happy that he's in his life. Yeah, that's cool, Julia. But you know what? There's a lot of sisters that don't feel that way. There's a lot of sisters that don't want their children even seeing the father because the father wasn't with them, didn't stay with them. And that's bad because you're hurting the kids. You know, we got to stop this warring with each other. But Father's Year, man, you know, we feel a little underappreciated, and I get it, y'all. I get it. But you know what? Julia said, I never did that. Cool, Joel. You know, they made me breakfast this morning. We're going to have a nice day. My family usually kind of goes all out for me, man. You know, they go all out for me, you know, on this day. They do. I got to give them props for that. I can't complain. I'm loved, man. I get a lot of love. You know, contrary to what people believe, there is a lot of love amongst each other. I see it. I don't believe the negative narrative. I think that we are really, really trying, man. When I see brothers, we're really building each other up, man. We are. There's a lot of Father's Day events. There's Father's Day events going on, guys. I went to Violators. Shout out to Violators, man. The Unlimited radio show. Shout out to y'all. They had a big barbecue yesterday at Pelham Bay Park. Thank you for having conversations with Malik. We got another comment. Mark Wright wrote, last year when I became a father for 20 minutes, it brought joy into my life. But when God took her away from me, it broke me down bad. But I realized that God took her away so she can have a better life and wanted me to become more established. By me saying this, I realized as me being a father, I had to be the best man for my family and have a strong backbone. Yeah, you know, and listen, my condolences for you losing your child, Mark. You know, that's tough, man. That's tough, you know, wanting a child and losing a child. It doesn't matter how long it lives, man. And Mark, I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. If that's your view of why the child didn't make it because God maybe wanted you to first become a better man, then cool. You know, I'm glad that you're able to see the positive point of that. And I think you're going to make a good father. Michelle Joseph wrote, it's amazing who you are, bro. But sadly, so many of these men that are abandoning their children has lost focus and chose other things to be more important than their legacy. We have to pray for them. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. Thank you, Michelle. That's Michelle Joseph, Jeff Joe's sister, our co-host. One of our biggest fans. Thank you, Shelly Shell. You're right. A lot of guys are still playing with their toys. They haven't grown up emotionally, spiritually. They haven't. You know, and they're still hanging out there, doing their thing. You know, driving. And some of them are making money. See, that's the thing. Not all of them are doing bad. But I know they're doing bad internally, and they're trying to cover it up with the outside gifts. Desiree Atmore wrote, a lot of sisters need to grow up and think about the bigger picture and allow men to grow into fatherhood. It's not easy being someone you might not know the blueprint. Ladies, we must encourage, you know, men. And that's part of it, you know, to a degree. Women develop quicker than men. It's just the truth. Listen, I grew up in the house with all women, man, right? And they was a little worried about me, how I was going to turn out. My father, one day when I was like 2 years old, I was in the house with my sisters, and my father was like president of the Teamsters Union, and he came in, and my sisters had my hand pom-poms. My sisters, they had my hair pom-poms because I had long hair. I'm going to put some of my pictures up. I'm gonna put some of my younger pictures up. And my father came in and he was like, oh no, and he took me to get a haircut. He took me to get a haircut before I was ready for a haircut. Now, anybody that knows me, they know I'm a man's man. And listen, if you live an alternate lifestyle, I'm not saying you're not a man. I'm just saying anybody that knows me knows that I'm an alpha male. My father ain't had nothing to worry about me. I was a soldier from the time I was born. But, he was just making sure. But you're right, Desiree. So women grow up quicker than men. They just do. Emotionally, mentally. They just do. Women are even stronger than us when we're younger. The reason why a lot of guys, it takes them time to grow up, because a lot of guys didn't have fathers there in their lives. I was blessed to have my father till I was about 12. But I had a couple uncles, but my uncles, I didn't see my uncles. My uncles wasn't around me. So, I was fortunate that I came from good stock, that I had a good reference point. And sometimes it does take time. You're right, Desiree. But some of these guys never outgrow it, because by the time they figure out what it is that they need to be doing, they're in their 30s. And then you know what happens when we get in our late 30s, early 40s, we go through a midlife crisis. We want to be young again. Fellas, y'all know, we want to be young again. So by the time a lot of these guys figure out what they need to be doing, now they're at the midlife crisis point. So some of them don't grow up until they're 50. But let me tell you something. I wouldn't have the life that I have if I wasn't a parent. Being a parent does something for you. And men run from the responsibility because, yes, man, it's hard, man. It's hard raising these kids. Buying fast cars. Yeah, I know, Julia. I know. I see, and now you talk about me, because I bought the Hemi, Charger. Now I'm in a Range Rover. Oh, goodness gracious. What am I doing with my life? Listen, I'm a work in progress too. Working out in the gym, trying to stay fit. I don't know. I guess I'll get around to the 6-pack one day. I get it. Look, Jesus Christ. And you know what? Sometimes I go through my sourpuss phase where I really feel unappreciated. And a lot of brothers feel unappreciated. That's why they abandon their families. Being a father's tough. Being a father sucks sometimes. It does. Because you're held to the highest standard and get the least amount of credit. I remember Bill Cosby talked about that. He talked about, and I know we're saying Bill Cosby, but in one of his stand-up comedies, he said he took his son Ennis to football practice over and over. He was there for his son. He played catch with his son. He taught his son how to catch the ball. And he said his son scored his first touchdown and said, "Hey, Mom, you see me?" Or you see those dudes on TV, they be like, "Mom, I love you." And then the father sitting there like, "Motherfucker, I taught you how to catch. I ran all those laps with you. I picked you up to and from practice." Especially these boys, man. Kids love their mothers, man. There's nothing we could do. And fellas, talk to me. Ain't it tough when they gang up on you? Oh, man. They gang up on me hard in the house. Oh, my goodness. Billy said it's a sacrifice, it's life. They gang up on me hard. You ever had the whole house against you? Oh, my God. Mutiny. I'm surprised I ain't been lynched in this mother. Shoot. There was times I was afraid to go to sleep around here. Shit. Don't let me make a mistake, especially after I done been chastising everybody about what they doing. Because you know me, I get deep, Deep Malik. Butch said, "Yes, sir." Butch laughing. Marvin Daly said, "Wow. You know about that, Marv? Huh?" After I've been being Deep Malik, now I come around and I make a mistake and the whole family knows about it, or I make a poor decision, and my wife be sitting there like, yeah, especially when I've been critical of her with some stuff. Oh, because I could go in on her. Don't let me get started. Don't let me be right. Oh, I could go in around the house. I tear the house upside down. Marvin said, yep. Oh, I get deep. And I got a little, so I read and, I get centered. So I got some spiritual insight. So I'll use some of my spiritual insight to chop your shit up. Oh, yeah, I'll chop you up. Oh, yeah. Woo! But you know what happens? What goes around comes around. And so when I fall short, that same axe that I was using to judge everybody else gets turned back around on me. That's why Mark's laughing. That's why we got to be careful. Let me tell you another example. So one day we was in the house and my wife was calling me. I was upset at her, so I didn't answer her. This is a lesson. I learned this lesson, so I didn't answer her. She was calling me, and I was ignoring her. So I yelled down to the basement to my son, and I said, "Yo, Kareem, I need you to do so and so," and I didn't get no response. And then I came back. And I said, "Hello, Kareem, I need come to the steps." So he came to the steps, looking at me with a sourpuss face. And I said, "Did you hear me?" And he was just looking at me. And I said, "Listen, let me tell you something. I don't care what you hear going on around this house. When I talk to you, you show me enough respect and answer me. Do you understand me?" And he was like, "Yeah." And in that moment, as I was saying that, I heard the hypocrisy of what I was saying. I was asking my son to do something that I wasn't doing. That was deep. I was asking him. He heard me ignoring his mother. So now I call him and he's supposed to turn around and answer, even though I'm ignoring his mom. See, it doesn't go like that. The example of respect is something that's earned. Children and people are watching what I do as a man, not what I say. And my example is my walk. It's not the talk. My example is the walk. That was a deep moment, man. I learned that no matter how I felt, I needed to apply what I was teaching. And it's through the application of the teaching that we do the reaching. Remember that. It's through the application of the teaching that we do the reaching. That's why this show is effective. That's why people are hitting me up. That's why everywhere I'm going, people are like, "Yo, bro, thanks for doing the show. Keep it up." Because I apply what I talk about in my life. Because you can't fake the message. You can try to, but it won't work. And when you're a fraud, people will call you out on it. And that's what happened to me. My son was calling me out. Like, "Yo, he didn't say that, but I got the message. You want me to answer you, but you're not answering my mom." So fathers, I got a question for you. What makes you think that your children are going to love and respect you if you don't love and if you don't show love or at least decency and respect their mother? If we don't, we have a race of babies that hate the ladies, that makes the babies. Mr. Bill, man, get up. Got to keep your head up. See? What's going on, guys? And I know it's tough, man. I get it. I fall short. Michelle Joseph said, "There's nothing a mother can do to change the mindset of the father of her children. Once a man recognizes his gifts, his strengths, and his abilities to literally change the concept of a household, once becoming a father, he will know the power that he has. He will never run. Yes, it's a challenge, but we are created and built for. I posted my father on Facebook and his legacy. It's amazing to see what came from one man, a father. Yeah, I saw that post. And listen, guys, so let me put a couple of things in perspective. Black men, Black African-American men are under a lot of pressure. I was about to say the most pressure of the planet, but I don't know how to equate and equivalize what other people in other countries go through. But we have a history of neocolonialism, right? And almost 300 years of neocolonialism under an imperial power, which was designed to take down the male of the species, so of the race, so that the race would be weak. So things were done like on a Sunday like today, they were announced there were going to be a lynching, and sometime they would castrate the brother, sometime they would burn the brother at the stake or whatever, to put fear in the hearts and minds of other people that if we could do this to him, we could do this to you. So now we come along and we have a whole lot of challenges. We got brothers in prison. We got brothers that are confused about their sexuality. We got a whole host of problems. Brothers strung out on drugs, brothers that done died in wars. We got a whole lot of challenges. We got economic challenges. It's tough for brothers. But then if you turn around and you raise kids, now you have the responsibility of kids and a family. And sometimes, yes, sisters can be a little tough. Yeah, because sisters been through a lot too. So now you got, now you got your queen, depending on what she's been through, whether she's riding you on your back or whether she's supporting, it varies based on who and what and where she's been. But brothers, there's no excuse for manhood. There's no excuse. If you don't have a lot of money, it doesn't matter. Just be there for your kids. You don't gotta have a lot of money. If you only got a couple of dollars, pick them up and take them to the park and buy them some ice cream. Kids just want their fathers. They don't gotta know how much you make. Listen, man, you could be a janitor in a public school. You could be a porter. It doesn't matter. All you gotta do is give of your time and just be there for them. You might be struggling on hard times, okay? If the mom is taking you to child support court and it's a little rough, or they live in another state and you're only able to see them once or twice a year, be consistent on that once or twice a year. That's all. And we got some single Black fathers. I want to touch on you guys. I don't want to forget my brothers who y'all are the ones raising the kids because the mother isn't there or the mother passed away. I've been talking to a lot of, people been reaching out to me, man, and there's single Black fathers out there. And y'all doing their thing. Big ups to you guys. There's brothers out there who the wives have come down with terminal illness and passed away. I was talking to this brother the other day. His wife died, man, and he's there raising his kids. I was talking to another brother. His wife died, and his daughter came back home to live with him because the husband got strung out on crack cocaine with her kids, and he's helping all of them. And he was asking me, could he drive so he can make a little extra money? Billy Hightower said, Father's Day is as important as Mother's Day. Let's stop putting men down. Yeah, there's men that have shortcomings. Women do too. So let's not point fingers. So women hold and use their kids against the men. Maybe it be the system, education, money, dollars, family, finance, having their say. It goes both ways, and it does. It does. There's sisters that do. Yo, listen, I've been subpoenaed down in court for the bus company because we got, people taking each other to court. I be having to show up in child support court. And I take care of my kids. And I'm down in child support court, dog. You know, people can't. And guess what, y'all? You know who makes out? The lawyers. Yo, try to work out some of these deals, man, because you know who gets paid? The lawyers. The lawyers get paid. Stop giving all this money to the lawyers. The money could be going to the kids. But I know it's kind of hard to work out some of these deals with some of these brothers. But we got single black fathers that I want to shout out. I want to shout out the dads who have been incarcerated, who have still been in their kids' lives, who sacrificed the little money that they make in prison to send home. I want to shout out the brothers who are away serving in the military, okay, who they give of their military pay to their children. I want to shout out all of the fathers who worked and built businesses and left their businesses behind for their kids. I want to shout all of y'all out. And I want to say that, guys, let's really try to be better than what we were. Let's 2018 to 2019. Let's try to be better people. I want today to be like the Father's Day birthday, right? And from us from here to next year this time, let's just gauge ourselves and see how much better we can be. And let's start leaving economic, spiritual, financial legacies for our children. I don't need the pity party. I don't need the awards and applause. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know to the brothers it's a little frustrated because it doesn't seem like we get the credit we deserve all the time. But guess what, guys? We don't need it. Serious, we don't need it, man. I don't need it. I'm a big boy. I'm a man's man. I'm a motherfucking man's man, right? And whether I get a ticker tape parade for raising my kids and being a family man and paying my mortgage and being a protector and provider, whether I get all of that or not, I'ma still do this. Why? Because this is the essence of who I am. My reward is knowing that I've done my job. I hear too much of this, yo, man, I do this and that for my kids and she don't appreciate me and this and that and that. So what? Man up. Some of you guys are too sensitive because you was raised by women. That's what's wrong with you. You got too many women tendencies. Stop crying and complaining. Let's just do what the hell we got to do. And I know it sucks. And when we get with each other, we can complain about it. I was in the steam room the other day, and this guy, yeah, Billy said, oh, child support isn't for the failed relationship, it's for the absent parent. That's real. That's so true. That's very true, Billy. That's very true. That is an excellent point. Child support isn't for a failed relationship. It's for the absent parent. You right. As soon as somebody get mad, they want to run down to the courthouse. Why? Because they want to hurt someone else because they feel powerless. So they want to feel empowered. So then they run down to the place that they think has all power. And they put them in charge of how the relationship is going to go. That's heavy. I'm getting so many, listen, I've gotten so many Father's Day text messages. It's been, yo, listen, thank you. And I want to close with this. Let's have more love in our hearts. Please check us at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com. You can email me at conwmalik@gmail.com, conwmalik@gmail.com. You can email me if you want to be a part of future shows. You see, there's a lot going on up here. I want the show to be a show for the community. You can come. If you have experiences on some of the top topics. Billy, I'm trying to be serious right now for a second. Some of the topics. Let's try to continue to grow and be more effective in spirituality. Okay? We have a big responsibility. We have somebody in office as the president that's really trying to undermine the work that our fathers have done. Let's not forget the fathers that were lynched. Let's not forget the fathers that were killed during Jim Crow. Let's not forget the fathers who fought in wars. Let's not forget the men who spoke out against unjust laws, because remember, an unjust law is no law at all. Let's not forget the fathers who were sharecroppers. Let's not forget the fathers who fought in the Civil War, the Vietnam War, the Korean War. Let's not forget the fathers who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Like I played at the beginning of the show, I played the clip by Malcolm X. Malcolm X's father was someone who fought for freedom, and he was killed. That's why I started the show with him. Let's not forget fathers who paid the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives so that we can be where we are. From Nelson Mandela to Martin Luther King to Malcolm X to Stokely Carmichael, I can go on and on and on and on and on. And last but not least, my father, Claude Turnage. Thank you for all that you've done for me. Thank you for your sacrifice. And to everybody out there, for conversations with Malik, I want to say that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.